Hi, everybody. This is Raquel. I am the hostess of Pure Fire Creative, and I'm excited to do what I am calling the Fireside Chats. And what we're talking about is women artists that are part of the Visionary Women exhibition at the Columbia Art Center. And I'm really happy to have Marcie Wolf-Hubbard here today, just to tell you a little bit about herself. Welcome, Marcie.
Thank you, and it's good to talk to you and meet you face to face also. So thanks for the invitation. And like you mentioned, I think you mentioned, because we talked before, that I'm one of the artists in the Visionary Women's show at the Columbia Art Center, which right now is a virtual show. So yeah. Of course, things are
it's strange times. Like, it started out, so initially, let me just give everybody a little background. It started out that it was going to be to get my hand right in the screen. It was going to be a show that was up for a month or so. It was an invitational, and now that's been extended, and they're doing a great job of showing videos of the work and the such. And so this is just something that we thought that we could do to help people get a little bit more exposure.
Very nice. Yeah.
So let me ask you, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Okay. Let's see. I first off, I'm a painter. I'm a visual artist. I love to draw, and you could see I'm in my studio. So I draw the figure a lot, and I include the figure in my paintings. I work with wax, encaustic. It's hot wax. I also teach that, and have taught at the Columbia Art Center and other venues and Smithsonian. And I do enjoy teaching too. And also it's interesting because with the coronavirus, things being closed for who knows how long, I've started doing virtual classes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and using Zoom like this. And so that has been really, really nice, because actually, I don't know, pulling in, again, connecting to the community, because we've all been shut out. And that's why actually this is nice. But my first Zoom meeting was like a week ago with other instructors at the Yellow Barn studio. And just seeing everyone again was really great. And we shared.
Yellow Barn at Glen Echo?
Right. Another entity within Glen Echo. So, well, and I have some classes there, which I think that these are translating all right on. And I started a little class here yesterday, which was fun. And I don't know if you knew about this. If you've been to the Columbia Art Center, and they're there now, and you can peek in the window, I have some of my tiny houses.
Oh, okay.
So I'll tell you, it was 2 years ago, I was working with students, young people who have mental health struggles. So I'm a provider. It's wraparound services, where if there's an interest in art in the home, they bring in, I get a referral. So at this time, I was going to be working with young boys who are like 3, 4, 6, 8. And I thought, what can I do? And I thought they might like construction rather than drawing, or still life drawing, watercolors. So that's what I did with them. I brought in some cardboard, mat board, tape, and we started constructing houses, and maybe they did a rocket. And I got really attached to my little house. Can I show it? Because I have that.
Sure, yeah, please, yeah.
I don't know if I pause it, bring it around.
Just, yeah, however you want to do it. I'll do a little tap dance and entertain people. Do.
So,
I'm not gonna sing for people.
Okay, I'll bring a couple things over.
Okay.
I'm just really wrapped up in these houses. So here it's fun because it's kind of like you're creating your own little world. And tiny house movement. This is the one, I don't know how much you could see.
Yeah, that's great. That's perfect.
So this became more like, remember I said I had like an attachment to it that we carried around. You can see how the colors changed. I painted over it, drew into it. I do a lot of mixed media also.
Okay.
Anyway, and this is with mat board. And I talked to my education person at Smithsonian. I said, I'd love to teach this. And she said, well, the picture will sell the class. So she said, do more. So I did this little shack. And it's really wabi-sabi.
Oh, I love wabi-sabi. Yep. Great term.
Like this is like that. But put a lot of personal stuff into it. Did this one.
Oh, it's like a little birdhouse.
That's what my husband just called them. You can do birdhouses, right? But this like broken clarinet piece, pieces, and just so I found the more time, attention I spent on it, the more I liked it, and like I just told. I'll go back because I did have a class actually yesterday, one of the virtual classes, tiny houses. I told them, I think the more time you spend on it, the more sophisticated it looks. Here's a little one that's encaustic.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing encaustic?
Oh, 10 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have that. I bought all the supplies for it and I haven't tried it yet. I even have my heat gun and I haven't tried it yet, I'm afraid.
Oh. Well, and I'm a cautious person, so I'm careful. I have the some ventilation. I keep track of the temperature and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So I teach at these different places, and
wonderful.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us where you teach specifically? Because I know it's been sort of like smattered throughout.
So like I mentioned, the Smithsonian Associates, and we are rescheduling classes. We don't know so that's one place, and that's mixed media, and also doing the tiny houses in encaustic, and it's kind of cool that I have a lot of repeat students, and even if it's the same mixed media collage class, they come up again working on more things.
Okay, and where else?
And also Glen Echo Park. And Yellow Barn Studios.
Okay.
It's a separate entity more for adults at Glen Echo and Bethesda. Columbia Art Center, which I mentioned. And we were planning, I was with Catherine Nelson to teach, to combine the charcoal and encaustic. So hopefully we'll be able to reschedule that. That and, there's another venue that's coming up, Oatlands Plantation, that's also through Yellow Barn, that's in Leesburg. Round Hill, which is
basically people can get you all over the DMV.
Yeah.
That's good. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all.
It's funny because you could say like I'm competing with myself, but then it's like, okay, well they can get here, but then if this is better, whatever. Yep. So but I do enjoy teaching, and then one class that was going to happen is here, I'll just show you this. I'm doing some things with redacting, and here's like little.
So sort of like blackout poetry,
right? And actually, I haven't shown you much the encaustic, but I did want to mention I also work with Arts for the Aging. So I work with seniors.
Oh, nice. Lovely.
And I thought that this could be a good project to do while they're in their homes, because those all got stopped. So anyway, so altered books, and this one is one where I say, write your own story. I don't know if that's in reverse. But I do these little books. But I do want to show you some of the encaustic paintings.
Okay.
I go, and I'm not sure this is finished yet, but this started off as a watercolor painting, which was more of a guide for me. And I go through thinking, do I want to stick with the qualities of the watercolor or just use it as a base. So
right.
how many layers? It's on and on, maybe 10 or 12, and it's a lot of carving into it. So I don't know if you can see the dark lines. That's where I work with an incising tool.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And which is right here. Where is it? Anyway,
I feel like amuse yourselves while we look for the tool.
Why?
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, I have one of those. I don't know where I got it though.
You've done printmaking, etching?
I have.
So, as an artist, and when I have my classes, I do share with people, the kind of tools I use, why I use it, my preferences. Anyway, so there's this, and then I also will work with since I incise, like drawing into the wax, I use oil sticks to fill, like.
Okay.
And then also the nice thing about the oil stick, it gives it another tone. So you can be deliberate, you can mix the colors that way, and then you can remove them. So that's kind of how I work. Some are with the figure, and where I'm kind of highlighting the figure, and don't tend to put the encaustic paint in. Just for people that don't know, encaustic is the beeswax and the Damar crystal combination. And I'll switch this around maybe just so you could see I'm gonna go like that. And sorry, okay.
Yeah.
So this is where I work. And then
That's
I use, I know this, and actually like when I tell my students, check out, this says Series 6, one of the pricier colors, right? Anyway, it's hot. I mix the colors on the griddle. So my griddle is like my palette. And it's not on now, so everything is
right.
cold. Anyway, so that's where I work. I have my oil sticks where I have my go-to colors. But I'll just show you around a little bit because these will be some of the things that I might be doing next. Okay,
nice. All right. So you do figurative work as well?
I do, but also a lot of nature. And here's a second. All right, here we are.
All right, great. Well, now let me ask you then. So we know who you are. We know what you do. We know that you teach. Where can we find you and your work?
My website, I keep pretty much up to date, and it's marciewolfhubbard.com, no hyphen, and it's wolf like the animal.
And it's I-E, not Y?
Right.
So why don't we spell that out for people at home?
MarcieWolfhubbard.com.
Beautiful. Now, do you have an Instagram or anything like that?
I do, and I'd have to. I think it's my name. I don't know if it's at Wolf Hubbard. I'd have to look it up. Sorry.
Is it okay? No, that's fine. That's fine. But we know that you're on there, and so it's easy to find you. Okay. I know, because I just want to say thanks so much for taking the time to do this little interview. It's been a pleasure. It's been great seeing the work you do and hearing about all the teaching that you do. And we will look forward to hearing more from you.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Raquel.
My pleasure.